There comes a time in life when the noise fades, the ambition slows, and what's left is reflection. It doesn't come all at once. No, it arrives like the hush after a long song, quietly, sometimes painfully. You begin to remember not just the things you did, but the things you didn't. I've lived long enough to know that regret doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers at night when the world is still. It asks, "Why didn't you call more? Why did you hold that grudge? Why did you wait?" And so, if you're younger than me, or even if you're walking this same road of aging, let me tell you the 8 regrets most people only realize when it's too late. Maybe you can still change your ending. Maybe you can turn the page before it's written in ink. 1. Regret of not saying I love you. Enough? It's strange, isn't it? How 3 words can be so hard to say. We think we have time. We assume they know. We believe the moment will come. But time doesn't wait, and neither does the heart. I once knew a man named Henry, proud, strong, the type who shook your hand like he meant it. He adored his wife, but he showed it in chores, in paying the bills, in building a life, not in words. She passed suddenly one autumn morning, and at her funeral, Henry stood there trembling, tears carving lines down his cheeks. He told me, "I did everything for her, but I never said the words enough. Say them. Call your son. Text your sister. Whisper them to your spouse tonight. Don't wait for a hospital bed to speak the language of the heart." 2. Regret of chasing money over moments. It's easy to lose decades to the pursuit of wealth, to believe that if you just make enough, the good life will begin. But let me tell you, I've stood at the bedsides of men with bank accounts full and hearts hollow. They missed baseball games, dinners, laughter echoing through the kitchen. They missed first steps and final breaths. The truth? Money fills your wallet, but moments fill your soul. You'll never wish you worked more, but you may wish you paused more, sat more, watched the sunset with someone you love, chose a simpler life, but a fuller one. And if you still have time, trade some of your ambition for attention. Trade some of your schedule for presence. 3rd regret of holding grudges. Too long pride. It's the heaviest thing we carry. I once knew 2 brothers who hadn't spoken in 18 years. Over what? A loan, a misunderstanding, something small that grew large in the silence between them. When the younger brother fell ill, the older rushed to the hospital. But by the time he got there, it was too late. The machines were already quiet, and all he could say was, "We wasted so much time." Don't let anger write your legacy. Forgive, not because they deserve it, but because you do. Peace tastes better than being right. 4th regret of ignoring your health. You only get one body, but most of us act like we get a spare. We eat like we're invincible. We skip the walk. We tell ourselves we'll quit smoking soon. Then we blink, and the doctor is showing us x-rays and using words we don't understand until it's too late. I wish someone had told me that health is freedom. When you lose it, you realize how precious the little things were. Walking without pain, sleeping through the night, breathing deep. Take the walk today. Eat the fruit. Get the checkup. The version of you 20 years from now will thank you more than you can imagine. 5. Regret of waiting to be happy. If I can just get the promotion, if I can just buy the house, if I can just retire, we tell ourselves joy is somewhere just ahead, always just ahead. But here's the truth. If you can't find peace in a quiet morning, You won't find it in a bigger paycheck. I spent years thinking happiness came wrapped in success. But the happiest people I've met were never the richest or the most accomplished. They were grateful. They were present. They laughed often, even with little. Don't wait until life slows down to notice it's beautiful. That moment you're in right now, it's the one someone else is praying for. So smile more. Sing with the windows down. Dance while the coffee brews. Joy isn't in the destination, it's in the pauses. 6. Regret of not being there. When it mattered most. Life has these turning points, moments that only happen once. A birth, a funeral, a graduation, a final goodbye. And so many people miss them, caught in meetings, flights, distractions, and the moment passes, gone. I remember my neighbor Margaret. Her son had invited her to his wedding across the country. She was tired, hesitant, afraid of flying. She said, "I'll make the next big event." But there was no next event. He died in a car accident just 2 years later. She still holds the invitation, unopened, in her dresser drawer. If someone you love is celebrating, hurting, transitioning, show up. Be the face in the crowd. Be the hand they hold. You won't remember the things you did that day instead, but you'll remember forever if you weren't there. 7th, regret of never chasing the dream. Dreams don't die. They wither in silence. So many people bury their passions beneath shoulds. I should take the safe job. I should stay where it's stable. I should be realistic. And then they blink, and they're 70, and they wonder, what if I had tried? I met a woman at church named Eloise, always wanted to paint. But life got in the way. Kids, bills, loss. When she turned 78, she finally picked up a brush. And do you know what she said after her first painting? "I feel like I'm breathing for the first time. It's never too late. Start the book. Take the class. Build the thing. Not because it's practical, but because your soul has been asking for it." 8th, regret of not leaving a legacy of love. When all is said and done, people won't remember what you wore, what you earned, or how many followers you had. They'll remember how you made them feel. Did you make them feel safe? Seen? Loved? Legacy isn't something you leave in a will. It's something you leave in hearts. Write the letter. Record your stories. Tell your grandchildren about where you came from. Pass down the family recipe, the wisdom, the laughter. Because long after you're gone, those things echo. If you're hearing this, you still have time. Some regrets can't be undone, but most can be avoided. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for retirement. Don't wait for tragedy. Call them. Forgive them. Love boldly. Live gently. And maybe, just maybe, when your hair is silver and your hands are tired, you'll sit back, not with regret, but with peace, because you lived the kind of life that leaves no pages unwritten and no love unspoken. Thank you for listening. If this spoke to your heart, share it with someone you love. Let's all grow wiser together.